Hello again, everyone. So, another Ruby wedding anniversary card for the same couple that I've already made two for, but this time it's for my friend to give to her husband, and she asked me if I could incorporate this photograph because she liked it. So I didn't know what to do. The actual original was a coloured photograph, but very sort of, it's old. It's sort of insipid colours. So I decided to make it into grayscale. So that's what I did. Changed it, printed it onto some photographic paper. Now this paper is slightly creamy. I started off with some of my regular cardstock, and it's kind of white in comparison. What I've been playing around with is the idea of having this, have them in this rosette. But that colour there against this cardstock, I think looks dreadful because this is too white. It's not brilliant white by any manner of means, but it's not this colour. So I had a ferret through my cardstock and I found this, which I think you'll agree is a good match for that. Do you see? I think it's going to be much more sympathetic. So I've cut a card panel from this card. It's got very little texture. Next to no texture at all, actually. So what I'm thinking is this. I want to cut this from the front panel. This is the stitched bit. This is the Craft Addiction circle doodads. I want to put the stitched bit round the outside, but I don't want the stitched bit on the inside. That's this bit here. So what I've found is one of my press cut dies, which just fits snugly inside. However, there was a little problem in that when I took these apart, I don't know, I'll just take these apart and then you can see what I'm talking about. There, can you see these here? There's very, very, very tiny little bits sticking out. Now, there was some sticking in, should I say, into the interior of this. And I thought if I try and put that and cut it at the same time, it is so snug that those little bits might just interfere with the cutting. So what I do is I use one of these gizmos. It's just a cheap drill come file come, I don't know what they call them really, from Amazon. It was about £20, that's all. I used to previously use a little metal file to file down those rough edges, but I just use this, zip it round and it smooths them out. So that is kind of that really. So what I want to do is to cut this from my front panel. So I'm going to have an embossed stitched line, some cut out slatty bits, and the centre will be cut out as well. So I will take this down before I cut it because I want to make sure that it's pretty much central. The problem did occur to me then, what shall I do about a sentiment? So my thought was to make a tag. So got out some tags. Here are a few. And I thought I would have a tag sort of on here somewhere, because what I want to do is to thread some ribbon through these holes. Don't know how it's going to work out because I don't know how many there are. I haven't counted to see where they kind of finish up. We might have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery at the end to make it kind of look all right. So let me just start off by cutting this out. Okay. So that's my stitched line, which is excellent. Here is my cut out lines and my hole in the middle. So So far, so good. Okay, let's just get that one out of the way. So I am going to have to put something behind here to mask any bits of the photograph, unless I just cut the photograph to the same size as that. We'll see about that. So the next thing I want to do is to try and see if I can do this threading business. So let's just see how we go. Now, the difficulty with a shape like this is that it's going to be longer on the outside than it is in the middle. So I'm hoping that if whatever ribbon I use will be slightly bunched in the centre but smooth around the outside. And what I'm thinking is having my tag kind of about like this with a bow or something. And I've done on our Ruby anniversary. To get this the right size, I went to the computer. I had the page so that I could see set to exactly this size. If I put my paper up, it would be the same size. So if I put my die up against this, it would be the right size. And so that on our Ruby anniversary should fit quite well there. I did this one first of all, and I don't know if you can see this, but there's a shaving missing from the bottom of the on hour. I did these 3 sections in text boxes, and that box was a bit too skinny, so I just pulled it down, made it a bit bigger, printed it again, and I've got all the printing correct. So that is for that presently. So let's just have a think. I'm just going to put these things out of the way. Let's have a go at this ribbon. I say I've been scratching my head this morning, wondering what on earth I was going to do. But so this is for, I've got this much ribbon. I think that should be fine. Let's just see how we go. I think if we have it with the tag, where are we? The tag in this corner here. So if we start about here and try and work our way around, we'll see how we go. I will speed up this video so you're not bored by me threading ribbons through holes. In fact, I'll probably just cut it out and show you at the end. As you can see, I've nearly got round the outside. I discovered I could put about 4 holes in one go before I tightened it up. So there we go, and it works out perfectly so that 2 finish up on the outside. That's great, absolutely great. Now, and I'm really happy with the way this has kind of gone round the corners actually, because I thought there might be a lot of bunching up, but I think it looks really quite nice. So how this is going to go on is kind of anybody's guess. Let me cut out the one that is the one that doesn't work first of all, just to see. I'll have a play with this one and then see what it looks like. Because if it's if I ruin it, then you know I've not ruined the decent one. So I'll just cut this out and see what we can do with it. I did choose a tag with a reasonably sized hole. Can you see it? For the size tag, that's quite a big hole. So I wonder if I can actually get it through, get this cord through it. And I can, which is wonderful. So I could probably just tie this either in a knot or a bow. That's brilliant. Okay, that's a bit long. Let me just shorten this just a little bit. We'll bring it back this way. I think a bow is going to be a bit bulky, so I might just do a knot with that. We'll sort that one out. Okay, I'll just tighten these up all the way around. Okay, it's pretty, isn't it? Let me cut the real one out now, because I know that one works. Okay, that can be placed with a little bit of a glue dot or something to keep that neat. So I wonder if these will cut this neatly. I can place that where I want it. Now let's have a look at this photograph. I am thinking that I would like to put this on a backdrop of red. Perhaps the thing to do would be to cut out that and then just pop it in the gap. I'm going to try it with this one it's too small. The people are too small for the size of so I'm going to try it with this one just to see what it looks like again. Let's just take a look. What do I need to do? Tiny red hearts, I think, tiny red hearts. So I'll keep that for the minute. I may decide on that smaller one actually, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got the other one to cut if I want to. So, well, let's cut it and then I can see which one I prefer. I prefer the smaller one. Prefer that one. Okay, good enough, good enough. Right. So, I think this can go up onto foam tape, and I'll have a little left over from here for some red hearts. Let's just do it. Let's get my red hearts. This is the die that I use for these tiny, tiny red hearts. It's an old Simon Says stamp die. It's supposed to be a background die, but I use it to make little embellishments, really. I'm kind of running out of double-sided tape. Used to get it in Poundland, but they haven't had it for ages and ages and ages. Okay, let's just do a couple of rows of this. Okay. They've stayed in the thing this time. Right, let me cut this backdrop. That's lovely. Okay, let's put some of these on. Where did that one go? Over there. And the backing is still on. Oops. If they stick in there, it's often easier to get that. Let's just try. Now that needs a glue dot just to hold it in position, and these ones are slightly 3D, so this will be great for just holding it away from the surface a little. So pop that behind there, attach it to the tag. Gosh, this is a tough one. Oh my goodness. Oh, can't do that one. Let's just do a regular one. I know, I'll put a little bit of, whoops, a little bit of foam tape on instead. That will do nicely. We'll need that out in a minute to put on the back of the other thing. It's a bit too long. There we go. So, do I want this on foam tape? Where's the picture? No, I'll put this down flat and put the whole thing on foam tape. Okay, right. I'm pleased with how that ribbon went through. It was really nice. Okay, now we'll put this in. That's pretty. Okay, I just need to make a card base now. That's pretty. I'm just wondering, actually, I don't think I do need to put it onto foam tape. I think that'll be fine as is, flat. It's got enough interest, I think, with the ribbon. So let's just put this on. Make sure it's on the front. You would not believe the difference that the change of colour of card base made. It made this look really, really dingy to put the pure white. See? So that was a good move. It was a good change. So as you can see, I've changed my mind quite a few times in the course of the making of this. I thought I wanted that size picture, and in the end I preferred the smaller one. I thought I wanted white and I didn't like it, but I have tried so many different things this morning, and it did take me a while to get to the actual finished product, but I'm pleased in the end, and I hope my friend will be too. Their anniversary is actually on my son's birthday, so there's lots of celebrations all around this summer. So thank you for watching, and if you could give a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. And if you haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost anything. Just click on the subscription thing and it will be lovely. So thank you so much once more, and come back and see me very soon.